Hi, welcome back to the Box of Delights game channel. The navigator's turn is move the messenger using my special ability 2 tiles. The next thing I'm going to do is shore up Howling Garden. That's action 2. I'm going to stay where I am. I'm going to use my special ability again. And it says I can move another player up to 2 adjacent tiles for 1 action. So I'm just going to move the messenger 1 tile using my special ability, my navigation ability. Okay. Remember it says I can move another player up to 2 tiles. So I'm going to move him just 1 space. The idea being that then I can do shore up, move, shore up, and that's my 3 actions then. Let's take our 2 treasures. We have helicopter lift. Now, do I have to discard something or can I use that immediately? Rules check. It says here under the hand limit section of the rulebook, when you're drawing, so this is in section 2, drawing treasure deck cards, hand limit. If you choose to discard a special action card, you may use this action before discarding. So I can actually use helicopter lift. Well, I'm going to use it because the treasure deck's nearly empty as it goes, and once the treasure deck's empty it'll get reset by reshuffling the discard pile. So I'm going to use helicopter lift and I'm going to scoot over to Tidal Palace here. My second treasure is Stone. I don't need both of these. I've got 1 already in my hand, so I'm going to discard this. Now we're back to the tension. Remember, I've got a 1 in 3 chance now, near enough, of losing this game. If Fool's Landing comes out, we're done for. Tidal Palace. Ouch. Now we're standing on Tidal Palace, so Tidal Palace is going to get removed from the game, and that leaves me swimming about in the water here. We have to swim, I know, we have to swim in any up, down, left, right direction. Until we're back on a part of the island, even if it's flooded. So I could go to Cave of Shadows or I could go to Phantom Rock. Cave of Shadows is kind of a lost cause, I think. It's floating off on its own here. So I'm going to swim across to Phantom Rock. 2 more to go. Bronze Gate, which is here. And then finally Cave of Shadows, which is over here. So, okay, there's our lost piece of island. Interestingly, that was a good decision going to Phantom Rock. If I had swam up here, then the rules say if a pawn is on a tile that is removed and cannot move to an adjacent tile, it sinks into the abyss and everyone loses the game. So that was a good decision, staying on Phantom Rock. Cave of Shadows is out. Yeah, and we've survived another turn. And the messenger must sort out what's going on up here. I'm tempted to use an action to give the navigator a treasure, but I can't afford to lose Temple of the Moon, because if this went, this part of the island would be cut off. So action number 1 is to shore up Temple of the Moon. Action number 2 is to move to the Lost Lagoon, And action number 3 is to shore up Fool's Landing. We're back on track now, I think. We've lost quite a bit of the island, but we're safe at the moment. The only one left now is Bronze Gate. Another observation, if you lose both of these, like we've lost Cave of Shadows, Cave of Embers is still standing, but if we lost Cave of Embers we wouldn't be able to claim the Crystal of Fire treasure, and therefore we would lose the game. So we've got to defend Cave of Embers as well. That's vital now. Okay, Messenger will draw 2 treasures. The Statue of the Wind, which I don't need, I'm going to discard. And Crystal of Fire, also don't need, I'm going to discard. 3 more floods. There we go. First one is Cave of Embers. Right, that was the concern I had straight away. So Cave of Embers is now flooded. I have to save Cave of Embers next turn. Temple of the Sun. Middle here. And Iron Gate. Just down the bottom here. The island is shrinking. We've only got 1 treasure. Not doing so good, are we? Right, let's crack on. Navigator. I've got to save Cave of Embers. So my action is pretty clear, I think. You know, I'm using so many actions just moving around and not saving anything. This is the trouble. I could gamble. on Cave of Embers. This is the thing that, again, you've got to suss out the risks. And I'm going to gamble, and I'm going to say one, 2, 3. And the reason why it's a gamble is I've now got to draw 2 treasures, and the treasure deck's empty, so I have to reshuffle, which means I'm back into a position where there's a chance I'm going to get one of these 3 Waters Rise cards, and then obviously Cave of Embers could come out again. Right, let's get this shuffled up and draw 2 treasures. Alright, first treasure is a chalice. I've got 5 cards in my hand, so I do have to discard 1. I don't need chalices anymore, so we'll get rid of this. And the second one is Nurstone. And I don't really need that either, as it goes. So I'll discard that. Right, good. We survived another turn. Let's see where our flooding happens. We have Crimson Forest, which is here on the edge. Still only 3 cards to remember. Second is Cliffs of Abandon, which is here. Right, we've got to save that one. It's on our route to Fool's Landing. And finally, Fool's Landing. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's now the Messenger's turn, and obviously I'm going to use 1 action to do Fool's Landing and 1 action to do Cliffs of Abandon, and I've got 1 more action. Cave of Embers is still a risk, so I've got to be cautious, but I've got 1 more action. I'm going to take the chance to use my Messenger ability and give a Statue of the Wind card to the Navigator. Now the Navigator must discard and I'm going to choose to discard this crystal of fire, I think. Now let's draw two treasures for the messenger. Ouch. Waters rise. Okay, now Cave of Embers is going to be our risk. First step is to raise the water level. We're still only on 3 in the free zone, so that's good, that's okay. But we're around halfway now. And now we have to reshuffle these. And this is our risk, Cave of Embers, because it's in amongst these. So we've got 3 cards to draw. Slightly worse odds than 1 in 3 of losing the game now. Okay, let's get this shuffled. Tension's rising here all the time. If you leave, I made a calculated risk. I knew Cave of Embers was a risk. So if I lose now, then I deserve to lose. But that's the game, isn't it? And when you're playing yourself, you could use your intuition, or you could work out the probabilities like I'm trying to do, and sizing up the risk, and that's part of the game. And so far, it's good fun. Okay, let's see what happens. No Cave of Embers, please. No Cave of Embers. I thought that was it for a minute. Crimson Forest. And that's right. Where's Crimson Forest? It's this one. It's flooded. So we lose this tile. We lose this card. Number 2 is Howling Garden. Where's that? That's here. Okay, so that's flooded. And then lastly, odds are looking better. Cliffs of Abandon, which again is on our critical path a little bit here, so we've got to be careful.